Good morning. It is very, very early, currently 3:30 a.m. and I am on my way to my second job, a new job. I've been driving for about half an hour. Woke up a bit before 3 and I've got to be at the office by 5 a.m. because we are going to head 2 hours north of there to be on site by 7. So that means from home I've got to leave around 3. I was debating whether I should leave last night and just car camp overnight. That was my original plan, but then I thought, you know what, I'm not really gonna save that much time. Like, I've done some investigating on free overnight places to camp and all that, and it's like most of them are like half an hour or 40 minutes away from the office anyway, so it's like I'm only saving a bit over an hour anyway. So I thought, you know what, I'd rather just stay at home, sleep in my own bed, wake up super early and just drive off in the morning when I'm already a bit more refreshed. I mean, it's an early hour, but I don't mind getting up this early. It was nice to be able to sleep in my own bed. Those of you who have traveled, like, you probably know this feeling. I love travel. I love travel, and I plan to do a lot more of it. I'm going to have to do a lot more of it. There's going to be a lot of car camping, for sure, and being camped out in my van once I finally get that up and running. I'm still waiting. Hopefully this week. Fingers crossed it will be done this week. But anyway. So chilly morning. Currently 1 degree, and I'm feeling good actually. I am having a bit of a dirty chai mixed with coffee to wake me up. But I don't mind getting up this early. Like, those of you who have traveled, you'll know this feeling, right? Where you enjoy travel, it's great, but at the same time, it's always good to have a home to come back to. It's always nice to have a base, and there's nothing that really beats being able to sleep in your own bed. Like, it doesn't matter if you're like going to like stay in like a luxury 5-star hotel. Like, nothing beats the feeling of just being at home, being in your own bed. So I thought, you know what? If I have the opportunity where I can just stay at home and sleep in my own bed, I'll do that. I'll do that rather than car camp. I've car camped a few times already, and I'll do it tonight probably. Tonight I'm gonna have to find somewhere to stay, so I will probably car camp tonight. So I have a chance for that. But I thought, you know what? I've got a chance. It doesn't matter. I can just get up a bit earlier and just leave super early, and I'll be fine. I'll get there in time. No worries. So anyway. I do have options, of course, of staying with a friend as well up there, but again, I don't want to rely on that every single week. On occasion, I will. It'll be good to catch up, but I don't want to like be a burden and be over relying on just staying with my friends. So I think that's fair. That's fair. I actually don't mind it. It's nice to get up this early. I'm just leaving town now, heading out onto the empty country roads. Well, actually, it's a lot busier than I thought for this time. I thought it would be absolutely dead, no traffic apart from maybe trucks, because of course from all hours of the night, early morning, that's when a lot of the big trucks, road trains, they're on the road, which makes sense. I mean, it's transporting things, long haul drives, and of course one thing I do like about driving at this time is there's no traffic. There's hardly any traffic. There's more than I thought, but a few cars here and there. Some big road trains. But it's not as bad as I would have thought actually. Sorry, it's a bit busier than I thought. That's what I mean. Sorry. But anyway, I like driving at this time. I just drove through the town. Didn't have to stop at any traffic lights. Very, very nice. It's just everything goes so much smoother. And I'll get there in no time. There's pretty much no traffic. So hola. So if you have a goal, if you want to achieve something, you're gonna have to sacrifice. There's no way around it. So look, I started up this job. At the moment, it's a bit tricky being in between places, but I've worked it out pretty well, I think. So at the moment, I'm on Tuesday, Wednesday permanently at the new job, and Monday, Thursday, Friday permanently at my old job. So I'm pretty much fixed that up. So there's reduce any clashes. So for the time being, I have to balance both. can be a bit tricky, especially being in between places. And yeah, look, long run, I'm definitely will look into finding myself somewhere in between, somewhere different to stay. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. I'll find like a cheap rental place or something. Well, actually, no, there's not going to be any cheap rental places. There's no cheap rental places in this region, unfortunately, unless you're lucky enough to know someone and can get a good deal. So I don't know of any cheap rental places. I've been looking around. It's all pretty expensive. But I'll try to find myself some option where I can ideally stay at one of the towns in between where I currently live and where my new job is based. So yeah, ideally there. I probably wouldn't move up into the city itself. My new job is based in Toowoomba. Yeah, unless I could find a good deal, I wouldn't be so keen to move up into Toowoomba itself. Somewhere on the outskirts, perhaps, or in one of the neighbouring towns. Ideally, in one of the neighbouring towns where I can still get that country feeling. It's quite interesting. Toowoomba's not even a big city. It's quite moderate, really. It's Australia's second largest inland city. It definitely does have the feel of a city, but it's not big by any means. It's only like 150,000, something like that. There's definitely nowhere near as big as Brisbane, Gold Coast, which are the two major cities in Queensland. But yeah, it's still sizable for being where it is and the region that it's in. But anyway, it feels when I drive through, like even during the day, like it feels busy, and I'm definitely not used to that anymore. And when I was staying with my friend, like it's just in a regular suburban setting, and it was like, damn, I actually found myself missing that. Missing. Damn. So I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm still waking up. I find myself immediately missing just being on the block, being out in a rural area with wide open space, like even just being in a suburban area with a bit of a backyard. It's just like, I don't know, being crammed in between all those houses. I was like, damn, I wouldn't want to live like this anymore. I really wouldn't. I really like that, which is the wide open space. And I know if I'm looking for someone to rent, it's most likely going to be a suburban block, which of course I'll live in a suburban block, but still I want to have access to like wide open space. I appreciate that part of the lifestyle, the off-grid lifestyle. So anyway, I'm probably going to have to sacrifice that. I'm going to have to sacrifice things I like at the block if I'm going to move, no doubt. Of course, I very much doubt I'm going to find somewhere that has access to a creek or something like that. So I'm going to have to sacrifice that, my cold plunges in the creek, and so on and so forth. There's certain aspects of life I'm just going to have to forgo, sacrifice, at least for a while, who knows. We'll see where I go in the future, long term. But yeah, look, for the short term, I'm going to have to find a solution, especially if I do get an offer for full-time work. I'm going to have to. So yeah, I'm open to it. Definitely. I mean, it would be nice at least for the block to always be like a base I can come back to, something like that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, apart from that, there's certain things I'm going to have to sacrifice if I really am serious about getting where I want to go. And that's the thing, if you want to get somewhere, you're most likely going to have to sacrifice some aspects of what might be comfortable, what might be familiar. And yeah, that's okay. What I'm trying to say here is you can't have it all. You can't have it all. You're gonna have to choose at some point. I know that's the case with me. I'm gonna have to choose at some point. At the moment, I'm balancing both jobs. I'm in between places, but sooner rather than later, I'm going to have to choose. And I already know if I get a good opportunity with my with this new job, I'm gonna go for it. I'll be a fool if I don't go for it. But yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean I'm not going to have to make some trade-offs and sacrifice some things. Like, yeah, what's familiar, what's comfortable, I'm going to have to sacrifice that. And even like in the short term, like today, getting up super early, yeah, it's a sacrifice. part of working a shift like that is like go on a long drive a few hours. Like, I really actually enjoy driving. I really do enjoy driving. I don't mind long drives, but still, if you're already working a full day, the last thing you want to do is go on a long drive. Believe me, people do it. I can do it, but yeah. Anyway, that was the last thing I really wanted to do. So I thought, you know what, I can sleep in my own bed, so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, doesn't mean you can't find ways around it, but anyway, sooner rather than later, I'm going to have to make that decision. I'm keeping my eye out for places, options. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, overall, I'm optimistic for the future. So that's it. Hope you'll enjoy. I'll